Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode that will be following the 2016 NFL season. I am your host, the one and only 2,112. I go by many nicknames, call me Cody. We're going to get into this right quick, shall we? Because I got a sore throat and it's 6:30 in the morning. Alright, let's begin. So, I go another dreadful 8-8 on the Week 3 season. I mean, I wasn't planning on going 500, but sometimes that's how that works. 8-8, decent record, but you're not going to get into the playoffs. Not that I'm going to the playoffs with my predictions. But, nonetheless, I'm hoping to do better as the weeks continue. I'm hoping to hit hundreds on the win side before I hit, 80 on the lose side. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, anywho. Breaking down into 3 categories. You know the drill. Our first category is the most interesting game. A lot of interesting games going on this week. In Indianapolis at Jacksonville, they're in London, so that's going to be exciting. And we got a bunch of other divisional games. Detroit at Chicago. Buffalo at New England. But I went with one game that struck me out as different, because it had a lot of implications last year to someone's 15-1 record. And of course, I'm talking about Carolina at Atlanta. Like I said, 15-1 regular season. And who was I lost to? At Atlanta against the Falcons. So I'm looking to see if this game can be anything like that game and cause Cam Newton and company some trouble. Now, yes, I know, it's the Falcons. And if you look at the schedules, with New Orleans playing San Diego, New Orleans is already 2 games behind Atlanta, and the Bucs are playing Denver. So, if Denver and San Diego win said games, and Atlanta can beat Carolina, Atlanta's going to have a big lead over that division. So look for this game to have some divisional and or playoff implications. Yes, I know Atlanta blew a 6-0 last year, finishing the season 8-8. Not my point. Look for this game to have some meaning to it. Alright. My next game is going to be the most close scoring game. I looked at some of these games, not a whole lot of them strike me as any close scoring games, because it's hard to tell who was really going to be battling it. And after last week, I debated whether or not I want to keep going with this one, but I elected to stay with it. So I'm going to go with the Sunday night game of KC at Pittsburgh. Now, we have 2 teams who both made the playoffs last year. Both won their first game, and then lost to the powerhouses of the conference, New England and Denver. So, that brings us to what many speculate as to be the next 2 best teams. I think KC's been overrated lately, but, that's just me and my opinions. So, I expect this to be a good brawl-out. KC had a field day with New York last week, and Pittsburgh, for whatever reason, fell to the Philadelphia Eagles quite badly. Now, even you Eagles fans have to agree with me. You didn't expect a 34-3 beating on Pittsburgh. I didn't expect it. You didn't expect it. No one expected it. Nobody expected it. No. Alright. This is going to be a close game. I can't tell you any scores or anything. Roethlisberger will probably throw a pick or 2 because KC's defense is KC's defense. Alright. Now on to our biggest blowout game. Now, this one, due to the recent events, I debated whether or not I wanted to continue with the one I had picked out. I even went to a couple of friends of mine and I'm like, hey, is this a good idea? Should I change this or should I keep this? I asked them. A lot of them gave me oh, maybe this game, maybe this game. And then a couple of them were like, nah, you should keep this game. Because I'm pretty sure the same implications will be implied, and I'm pretty sure it'll be similar to the last time these 2 faced. Yes, they don't have their starting quarterback. Yes, they don't have their starting running back. But hey, the people they find to replace them are doing pretty good. And with that defense, maybe they can pull Denver. Anyhow, I'm talking Monday night, New York at Minnesota. Now, yeah, like I said, with Minnesota, don't have their star quarterback, don't have their star running back. You could say more or less Sam Bradford's an upgrade. Have your opinions. He's a dealing quarterback. I mean, if I were Minnesota, he probably wouldn't have been one of the people I would have gone after. Don't mind my accent. And with New York, yes, they proclaim to be better But if Eli Manning's going to throw picks like that against the Redskins defense when the game's on the line, then I expect him to throw more picks against Minnesota. Yes, OBJ's back into the mix, because he wasn't there last year, but I'm expecting Minnesota to be Minnesota and New York to be New York. It's just kind of how they are. Alright, that is everything for my specified games. Here are my Week 4 predictions. Some of them, not be surprised. Some of them, maybe you've been surprised. Saints over Chargers, I picked that for the fourth. I picked the Saints to win their games for the first 4 weeks. And that's kind of killing me, so I'm hoping the Saints actually win this one. This is a easily winnable game. San Diego's not what they used to be. Some people question my logic here with picking the Ravens over the Raiders, and I debated that for a long time too. But more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm thinking, you know, maybe we have this one. I'm looking forward to watching it, if I get to watch it. And yeah, that's all I have for this. And now for my Super Bowl 51 prediction. Now, before I reveal it, a lot of you are going to call me crazy. But due to the previous week 3 that just happened, I had to change my mind. Panthers going to take a beating like that to the Vikings. Patriots are going to go with a third-string quarterback up against a Houston team who a lot of people really like and thrash them a lot more than they did when Brady was our quarterback and Houston had like Brian Hoyer. At least Brian Hoyer led Houston team put up 6 points. Osweiler didn't do crap. Nothing. So, call me crazy, and I'll explain why. But right now, a week-by-week basis, New England versus Minnesota. And now, a lot of you are going to say, why not Green Bay? And I'm going to say, mainly because Minnesota beat Green Bay in week 2. That's practically my only reason. So, if Minnesota sweeps Green Bay this series, I don't know when they play next, but if they sweep them when they do, then I'm going to highly look at Minnesota as a probable Super Bowl candidate. And New England, they're doing everything without that. Without Tom Brady, without Gronk, without some of the linemen, questionable defense, more or less. Yeah. So, until otherwise noticed, I'm going New England versus Minnesota. If this were to actually happen, I want Minnesota to win. But that's just me personally. Alright, that is all from me. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in week 5. Have a good weekend. And go Ravens. Good night.